Hello, welcome to the Afrocentric Woman. Please do like as you come in to the door. Please do like and subscribe. Welcome to the channel or welcome back. Y'all, I've been minding my business and I just want to come through and just kind of scan what's going on. And I'm like, ooh, child, what's the going on? All these fallouts and whatnot. Pardon me. Give me one moment. My allergies are acting up. Okay, I'm back. How I've been pretty safe from YouTube males, and the reason why I am safe from YouTube males is because I don't trust any of them. I really don't. I especially don't trust YouTube males who come up and insert themselves into Black women spaces for the purposes of siphoning money from Black women. These males do not care that these are single mothers, grandmothers, helping their children, um, trying to make it on their own. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They will take your last $2 and not feel no ways about it. And they know even the women who are many women who are in this space because they're supposedly trying to empower themselves or enlighten themselves. Many of them are still Black male worshiping. And that is why it is so easy for Black males to insert themselves into this space and siphon resources because they know that these women crave attention from a Black male and they capitalize on it. They may say, the thing is, they may be irritated with their individual Tyrone, or they may be mad at their particular string of Tyrones in their life, but ultimately there's still a deep desire that they have for Black male attention. And these guys know it. They know it. And they set up shop over here to get paid. They're no different. It's like if you were really humble, if you were really about that life, if you were really about being of service to Black women and children, you would be giving out scholarships to Black women. You would not take one red dollar from a Black woman. You wouldn't. You would be offering money to her. And I'm not saying, obviously, if you have 10,000 subscribers, you're not going to be able to give every single Black woman money that's on your subscribership, but you would be setting up a scholarship fund at least once a quarter or once a month, or even, a few times a year, funding Black women to go to school, or paying a Black woman's rent, or paying for a Black woman's surgery, or paying for a grandmama's medication. If these males were about that life and they really love Black women the way they say they do, they would be always in service, always, not just your individual wife and your individual children. No, if you're going to set up shop and you want the time and attention and participation from the collective of Black women, from a large group of Black women, then you would set yourself up to be of service to them and financially support them, not the other way around, not you siphoning money from them. If you're just going to set up shop in Black woman space and siphon money, what's the difference between you and the regular pork chop preacher? What's the difference? What's the difference between you and any, self-righteous guru or any other male that comes and does the same thing? Any scammer? Like, what's the difference? There's no difference. And that's why I trust none of them. And that has kept me safe. I ain't gotta fall out with nobody because I ain't fell in with nobody. Anybody that's been on my channel, y'all have seen me align with Black women. Okay? Is one is one Black man that has been featured on this channel, just one. And he has had his own trash bags that he had to clean up. But I've seen him give Black women money, and not just his own wife and children, but other Black women in the subscribership and assist a lot. And I've seen him go toe to toe with Black men about their degeneracy, about their abandoning their children, not wanting to pay child support. And I've seen him get roasted in the comments. And also, sometimes they'll spam his email, just crying and whining in his inbox because he told them that they need to shut up and stop complaining and take care of their children. So that's somebody that's willing to go toe to toe for Black women and women in general, women overall. And that's it. Other than that, you're not gonna catch me sending you to no male's page, because I would have to sit up and observe these guys for years before I would be convinced that they worth a damn. You're not gonna just come and showboat in front of me and tell me, "Oh, I love Black women," and I'm just gonna believe you. No, you gotta show me. And I gotta observe you over time, and I have to observe you in different situations. How are you gonna handle yourself in a stressful situation? How are you gonna handle yourself when things go left? How are you gonna handle yourself, you know, in different situations? Because that's how your true character is revealed. Your true character is revealed when things are not going perfectly. And then there's controversy, and how you handle it, that reveals true character. And a lot of times these guys show you just who they are. Like, they will just act a damn fool and don't have good character, have all kinds of flaws. And it's like everybody's, do you. But I'm just not. I think it's wise to be very cautious before giving anybody a cosign, or saying that this person is an ally. Any male, any male, be cautious. Because what I noticed, what I've observed on the sidelines from watching women be betrayed by these males, is that the bar for gaining Black woman support from a male is very low. It's very low. All he has to do is just set up shop and just speak a few words and say that he loves you, and, oh, I'm pro Black woman. And that's pretty much all he got to do, and throw his cash app over there, and Black women make it rain on him. He don't got to prove, he don't have to show no receipts. He don't have to prove his loyalty. He don't have to go above and beyond to earn. And this is the thing. Sometimes these dudes be in the hole. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes they're at a deficit. So it's like, not only do you have to get in the race to prove yourself, but you got to dig yourself out of the hole that you put yourself in. If you got broken homes and a past of degeneracy and financial mismanagement, and a bunch of conflict and arguing, and that puts you in a hole. That puts you in a hole. So you got to dig yourself out the hole before you can open up your hand expecting Black women to bankroll your life. Because a lot of times you're like, "Oh, well, I'm producing content. I'm producing content." No, you're not producing content. Black women are your content. You ain't doing shit. Really? You're not doing shit innovative or anything. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing anything worthy of pay. It's not like you're making Oscar worthy, high production content. No, you're just coming on here and you're inviting Black women, and Black women provide the content. You throw your cash app up, and then Black women are making it rain because you're coming and you're parroting the talking points that Black women are saying and their sentiments, and you're just parroting it, that it's not even genuinely coming from those males. They aren't able to articulate those thoughts independent of Black women. They're just parroting what you're saying and getting paid for it. And my thing is, they don't feel no ways about taking money from Black women. They feel no ways. And they're not giving Black women anything of value. You can't take anything that they're saying on their channel and go put it in your life and improve your life. Nothing. It's just that feel good moment of being acknowledged by a black male in the moment on a super chat or on a cash app or whatever. These allergies, y'all. Excuse me. But yeah, beside that feel good moment, uh black women don't have anything to show from throwing making it rain on these dudes. They don't have anything to show. Literally no results. You can't take anything that they say and implement it in your life and improve your life. None of it. It's just an echo chamber, just like you say how you feel and they say it back to you. But, that is a whole dynamic. That is a whole dynamic of gaining, women's trust and telling them what they want to hear and giving them that feel good emotional moment. They make it rain on them. And ultimately, at the end of the stream, at the end of the content, there's, there's nothing of substance that has been shared. We need to sit and watch over time and allow for people to show you who they are, give them time. And we also have to raise the bar for our commitment and our loyalty, like where we spend our money, where we spend our time, and where we spend our attention. Those three things. Where we spend our money, where we spend our time, and where we spend our attention. We have to raise the bar and expect more, require more. And I think that if you have that desire to make it rain on a bandit, you really have to evaluate that within yourself. Like, what is going on inside of me that I don't know this guy from Adam and I'm ready to make it rain on him, especially if he is saying something that Black women content creators are saying and Black women content creators are conveying the message more eloquently, but you feel compelled to give it to a man. What's going on there? That's an internal issue that should definitely be evaluated. Okay. You gotta, because I know for me, I mean, I even had to do it for somebody. I was like, okay, I have to stop. At the end of the day, this person has a two-income household. Okay. This person has a two-income household, not that, just somebody in general. Plus different revenue streams coming in from YouTube, plus this, plus that. And I'm like, okay, this is not, as much as I do value the content, I had to just be, I had to just reevaluate things. Does this make sense for me, a single mother, to be funneling money to a two-parent household that has multiple revenue streams? Does that really make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. As much as I like this person, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, I have to I literally just banned myself. I'm not giving any more super chats. I cannot be a member, okay? Now, if that means that I don't get access to all the back, that's fine. I don't need that. I don't need that. But until my situation is where it needs to be, I don't need to be funneling what resources I have that I could be putting inside my daughter's college fund and trying to better myself and lift myself up and giving it to a man. No, even energetically. No, I should be receiving resources from a man, not giving them to a man. Okay? The way I see YouTube as a form of entertainment, you know? Yeah, you can definitely educate yourself. You can definitely educate yourself on YouTube and you can connect with people. You can socialize on YouTube for sure. But I think at its essence, it is a form of entertainment, and so I had to put it in such a category. I had to put it in the entertainment category. Okay, so it's so many times you can go out. If you go to the bar, if you go, go to brunch with your friends or whatever you do for entertainment, go to a show. whatever, all that has to be in that particular bucket. And I just was like, this is what I'm willing to do on YouTube. And I really had to uh rein it in. Okay. I really did. And it is, something that I had to thoughtfully think about, because when you do listen to certain content creators and you do like, oh man, yeah, I really enjoyed that stream. Like I want to support. But I definitely had to think about that when it comes to men. Like, you know, I had to really think about that. I had to really think about that. Is this make energetic sense? Does this make sense at all for a Black woman to be funneling resources to a man, a male? And for the ones who say that they love Black women so much and, oh, they're BWE and all this type of stuff, why do they set themselves up in such a way to siphon resources from Black women? That's my big red flag. That's one of my big red flags. And then another thing is like, why can't you be successful in a multitude of arenas? And this is where it comes to Black men in general. You see what I'm saying? This is where it comes to Black men in general. Why can't you be successful in the greater world? Why are you only seen as a prize among Black women? Why doesn't it translate over to other arenas? Why can't you win in other arenas? Why do you only rely on Black women because you know Black women worship you and the bar is low and they're going to make it rain on you and give you their time and attention, even if it's mediocre? And they know that. If you want to bank on content, then you should be able to make content that can be successful in other arenas. You know it's not about the quote content. You know that it's because of the Black male worship. That's why you're siphoning resources from Black women. That's the reason. It's not the it's not the technical, execution of the content. It's not the reason. It's not that you're saying anything that Black women aren't saying. You don't have any original profound thoughts or analysis about anything. You know that they know that Black women worship them. Even the ones who say that they don't want to be in Black male worship, they still worship them and give them resources, and they happily take them. And they feel no ways about it. They will go to sleep good at night. They will sleep good at night, and they will not be thinking about the Black woman who spent her bus fare on the super chat. Okay, they don't be thinking about that. They're not thinking about what she could have did with those funds and resources. They're not thinking about that. They're on here to get a bag, and they're on here to feed their ego. You know what? I mean, even back in the day, like back in the day when I used to do community work, I never videotaped myself doing it. Like if I help homeless people, I used to work with a homeless shelter. I never videotaped any of those women. I never videotaped myself doing those kinds of things. And I always felt torn about it because in one sense, especially when you're trying to like raise money for like a foundation or something like that, and you're like, oh, you want to show people the proof that you are actually doing things in the community. But I always just felt like I just need to get out here and do what I need to do. Why do I need to constantly throw in people's face, oh, look at me, I'm a good person. Oh, look at me, I'm doing good. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. And I always give people the side eye that have to constantly throw down my throat. I'm a good person. I'm a good like why do you have to keep saying that though? That just makes me feel like, well, are you really though? You know what I mean? Why do you keep saying it over and over and over and over again? Who are you trying to convince here? And why can't you just be good? If you're just a good it's just self-explanatory. If you're just literally a good person, you don't have to spell it out, right? Isn't that how that goes? When you're a good person, you don't have to detail out the ways that you're good. You just are. That's another red flag that makes me be very cautious of people. And I just think in general, based off of black male pathology, I'm leery of all of them. I'm just leery and distrustful of all of them. And you would have to prove to me that you're different. Don't tell me you're different. I don't want to hear that shit. Show me. You got to show me. You got to show me. And you can't just I want to see over time. I want to see over time if it's true. So that's why I say vet, be patient, and observe. Vet, be patient, and observe. That is going to help keep you safe in life and on YouTube. Okay. All right, y'all. I will talk to you soon. Thank you for tuning in. We'll connect soon, I'm sure. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please do subscribe, like, and share, and drop down into the comments for those who are catching the replay. Peace and love.